Alrighty, Lindinians, good evening and welcome to the Daily Grind, episode 9. Ladies and gents, we are one away from the final episode of this series. Of course, we're just doing a 10-part pilot series at the moment, just to see how you guys interact with this show. So, ladies and gents, it is the Daily Grind. We are live and exclusive on YouTube right now. And we're here for your benefit and your benefit only. If you are brand new to the channel, ladies and gents, please do like and subscribe. And help us reach our target of astonishingly 350 subs by Easter. That is our target. So if you are willing to do so, please like and subscribe to the channel. And this is your Conspiracy Theory Live, ladies and gents. What does that do? Oh. Hello. We can green screen. That's pretty sick. What the fuck? That's mad. So, you can literally use any backdrop you want. Let's use that one. There we go. That's mad. What the fuck? But yes, ladies and gents, we are live and exclusive, ladies and gents, across the UK and the world right now on our conspiracy special on LindenTV tonight. So if you are brand new to the channel, please like and subscribe and help us get over 350 subscribers in time for Easter. That would be phenomenal. So it is our conspiracy theory special, ladies and gentlemen, which means one thing and one thing only. If you have a conspiracy theory that you'd like to discuss on this channel, join the comment section and yeah, we can discuss that right here on the channel. So ladies and gentlemen, the first conspiracy theory we're going to talk about today is not about ambulances that end up on their ass like that one behind me. It's whether or not the government controls our weather, right? Hear me out. So a year ago, there were tornadoes in this part of the world. Hello to Jose Harmer. Am I saying that right? Hello to you. So a year ago in the UK, we had really strong winds, a couple of localized like tornado type things, and then literally a year later, we've got weather that ends up doing that sort of thing. Yeah, it's that strong it blows stuff over. Hablamos español. Sí, es muy pequeño aquí. Hablamos inglés, por favor. Ray, hello to you. How are you doing? So you had crazy winds a year ago, and then literally a year later, like we've had such strong winds today. We've had like trees blowing over, lorries that get blown over, roads have been closed, etc., etc. So the fact is exactly a year apart from those two episodes. Do you think the government has the ability to control our weather for scenes like that to happen behind me? Jose, my Spanish is not that good, my friend, so I've got no idea what you're saying to me, bro. But yeah, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be amazing. So Ray, you agree with me? You do think that they do control our weather? See, I reckon they do, right? And another reason why I'm saying this, right, is not just because we're doing a conspiracy special right here on the channel, but also, like, let's cast our minds back to COVID, yeah? So in the UK, during COVID, the weather was absolutely spectacular, right? So when we were all locked up in our homes, unable to go anywhere and enjoy that decent weather, like literally, we had the best weather going. It was beautiful, right? Now look at it. We're able to go out and about and all this sort of shit, and the weather's crap. Right, it's not a conspiracy. So what do you reckon it is, my dude? I mean, obviously you have like, occasionally in certain places, they have got specific aircraft that go out and do cloud seeding. people that turn around and go, oh yeah, all those chemtrails, all those trails in the back of planes are like chemicals and this sort of stuff. No, that's not. That's just pure like jet stream water vapor. Like that's how it works. Being an ex-pilot myself, we know that one, right? So they're definitely not like there's not a button in the cockpit to like release certain chemicals, etc., etc. It's purely altitude and the speed that aircraft is flying at. You've got to think they're going at like 550 miles an hour at just the most ridiculous altitude. I mean, I was being trained to fly aircraft on the simulators, etc., with British Airways at 37,000 feet, and how to control it if things go wrong. Annoyingly, in literally 4 days' time, I'd be having my pass-out parade. It's about HARPS, the High Frequency Active Neural Research Program. It's a scientific endeavour aimed at studying the properties and behaviour of the ionosphere. I had to say that 3 times then, that's bad. But yeah, so literally in 4 days' time, I would have been doing my first flight as a qualified first officer for British Airways if I hadn't fallen ill last year, therefore ending my career. But genuinely, I reckon there is a way that, I don't know how they do it, whether it's to do with the International Space Station or whatever, but I reckon there is a way that the government gets to control our weather. Look at the flooding. Look at all the freak weather we've had, like even over the last couple of winters. It's been mental. And scenes like this, folks, literally, like, happening more and more and more. And it's kind of like, well, if they're controlling our weather, one, why are they doing it? Why are they causing damage and stuff, which in the long run ends up costing councils, etc., loads of money? But two, there's got to be a way where, like, surely if we can, like, revolt against that, they've got to stop doing it, like, for real, surely, right? Because, Ray, I don't know what country you're from, by the way. Are you from the UK? Are you from like America or Russia? Where are you from? Like, I'm interested to know where you are, because it'd be interesting to get a different viewpoint from another part of the world as well. No space. It's because of the firmament, dude. I'm out of my depth here. I've just been given certain subjects to discuss and a couple of like scenarios and stuff to talk about. I don't know what the firmament is. You clearly know more about this than I do. You're from Europe. Whereabouts specifically, bro? Obviously, we're in the UK. It's currently 21:43, so quarter to 10. Just doing a quick short infill before we go and pick up your co-presenter for a cigarette this evening and drop off a little present for his child for Easter, because we're nice like that. But yeah, genuinely do think that, like, specifically like the government here, I mean, they're ridiculous. Like, possibly the worst government we've had since probably early 2000s. And scarily, I was alive to remember that. But genuinely, I reckon they're doing something. 22:44 my time, so you're only an hour's difference. Fair play. So you're like, I'm trying to think now, France, possibly like Belgium, Sweden kind of area, I think. Possibly, I'm not too sure. My time zone map isn't all that great, but you're within an hour's difference to us here. So welcome to the channel, my friend. Anyway, absolute pleasure to have you along for the journey. I appreciate you. Close. I'm trying to think where else there is. France, Belgium. I think Germany goes slightly over the hour. Are you from like Holland, that sort of area, like Amsterdam, that kind of region? Denmark, warm. Finland, no, that's actually far north. Finland, or are we close with like Holland, Denmark area? I got excited then. Do you see that? I got a little bit too excited. That's mad. Holland, well, welcome along to the journey onto this channel, my friend. If you do want to like and subscribe, I'll be well happy. Be nice to have a subscriber from somewhere other than the UK or the USA, so that'd be pretty sick. Thank you very much indeed. But no, genuinely, like, it's just weather's becoming too predictable, right? To the point where literally, and I think that makes you subscriber number 345, which only puts us 5 away from our magic number. You absolute legend. Thank you very much indeed. By the way, folks, in case you are wondering, that image on our green screen behind actually comes from Thorpe Park, which is a amusement park here in the UK that myself and your co-presenter visited on Monday. But I think it's quite ironic. Obviously, that kind of fits in with like the whole topic of like scary weather and all this sort of thing and stuff getting blown over, etc., etc. I have done. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much indeed, and welcome along to the channel. That's really cool. Yeah. So please don't think that's a legit image of an ambulance being blown over, because it generally isn't. But no, honestly. So like, I digress. But honestly, weather's becoming so predictable. You always kind of work out, for example, when you're coming up to a bank holiday here in the UK, for example, you know that like 98 times out of 1,000, it's going to be shit weather. Yeah. Whereas when I was a kid, like even 15 years ago, you'd get to a bank holiday and the weather was amazing. Like, it was so nice and warm. It was beautiful. And then, like, for example, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, you could guarantee, like, in the winter, you'd get possibly 2 or 3 weeks worth of snow. It'd be cold, and winter would behave how winter was supposed to behave, right? Summer behaved how summer was supposed to behave. Like, it was blistering hot for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Now, for example, though, I appreciate you retracting your message there, my friend. Nicely done, my man. Nowadays, the weather's all over the place. You can literally have all 4 seasons in one day. It's kind of like they go, I'm bored of this weather now. Let's just press the button and see what happens to this. Because why do they care? We have fake snow. How does that work? That's mad. But even that, right? This is going to sound really stupid now, yeah? The snow we have now, I'm an adult, for example, compared to the snow we had when I was a kid, it doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? It kind of has like a very different consistency and a very different like look to it. Like, it's not the same as it used to be. It's a lot more slippery. Like the sun. Are you trying to tell me the sun's fake? That's a different viewpoint. Imagine that. In case you wonder who your KP is, by the way, that was us on Monday. There he is, right there. Whilst waiting in a stupidly long queue, and then that was us on one of the rides. There we go. What a day that was. Absolutely phenomenal. And there is your KP again. There he is. Wonderful stuff. But yeah, that green screen's actually really annoying. The real sun died a long time ago. But doesn't that genuinely, does that not affect the actual like gravitational pull of the world anyway? You see, that's another thing, right? And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, and I apologize in advance if I do. But gravity confuses me, right? So depending on the mass of an object, depends on how much pull gravity gives that object, right? We're going slightly off topic here right now, but it always baffles me that like a tiny little bird has got enough strength in its wings to like take off from the floor and have no issue to lift its entire body, right? We try and do that and we get nowhere, right? Now, then you have like a brick, for example, which just literally sits there like that and don't move, don't do fuck all. But at times you try and pick that brick up. It's near on impossible. Why is it near on impossible? Because gravity is just weird. You know, like, it's, I don't know, it's mad. Genuinely mad. But yeah, we digress off the subject. But honestly, like, aliens, for example. Let's go on to the next topic of aliens, okay? Making sure I'm staying on topic. Gravity is a myth. Oh, go on, my friend. Now this is getting interesting. Because I've often wondered, how is it possible, like, for certain things to have less gravity on the planet, for example, than something else that is the same weight but maybe a different shape? You know what I'm saying? Always baffled me my entire life. But even then, like, the concept of time confuses the hell out of me, right? And the reason why I'm saying this, okay, is because literally time is weird, okay? And the reason why is because look at the entire globe, right? Now, for some reason, time starts with the UK. Yes, if you go back from the UK, like to Ireland or whatever, so Ireland over to the Americas, and then keep going back, you're losing, well, you're gaining time, yeah, because they are X number of hours behind us. And yet, if you then go like from the UK and go that way, you're losing time because those countries are X number of hours in front of us. Why? Why is that? Because let's face it, who decided that straight down the UK would be like 0.0? And then, for example, like our friend in Holland, like they're set to be an hour in front of us. Well, why? Like, why can't we all be across the globe the same time? Now, granted, it could be argued that we are on the same time and all this sort of thing, and days happen, blah, 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 blah. But in theory, like, you're told your entire life that, for example, time travel doesn't exist. But it does. I mean, granted, we can't go from, like, 2025 and zoom back to, like, 1842, for example. We know we can't do that, right? Allegedly. Allegedly, that can't happen. And yet, the weird thing is, you can be a time traveler just by getting on a plane. I done it myself last November. Yeah? Last November, took off from the UK at, I think it's what, 9 o'clock our time in the morning, which was midday in Turkey. Had a 4-hour flight, so then 4 p.m. in the evening there. And I landed at about 4:30, 4:45 in the evening, right? So technically, I've time travelled because back in the UK, for example, by the time that I landed, it was only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But now suddenly I'm at 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm at 4:30 in the afternoon in Turkey, yeah. And then coming back, for example, I've then regained those 3 hours. So realistically, that makes the flight an hour. In a matter of speaking world. Yeah? So time travel does exist. But time is a fucked up spectrum. Because if you've ever actually sat there and watched a clock when that second hand is going around, there are times it will hover on that 59 seconds for a lot longer than it takes you to say like one elephant. Yeah? Because I'm not being funny. You watch it and you go, that's taken longer. And yet your day is still apparently 24 hours long. What numpty literally sat there back in the good old days with a stopwatch and counted that? How did we find that out? I'll tell you how we found that out. I don't believe we did. Because also, how do you go from like 23:59, for example, to 0? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, genuinely, I'm not being funny, right? And a lot of you are probably going to think I'm absolutely bonkers for saying this. And okay, I'm going completely off script here, and I'll probably get battered by my moderators later. But Genuinely, I don't know about you guys, but as you get older, why does it feel like time speeds up? For example, like, how many of you get to, like, I don't know, say 4:30 in the afternoon and go, Jesus Christ, is that time already? Or, like, now, fuck me, it's already 5 to 10. Where's the last 20 minutes gone? Yeah, I mean, granted, I can see on my timer here that we've been live for 20 minutes and 25 seconds, right? But for example, weeks seem to fly by nowadays. Whereas as a kid, like, a school week would take forever. Literally forever. The 6-week summer holiday used to drag on for what felt like an eternity. Whether it's because my birthday was always at the end of the summer holidays and I was excited for it, I don't know. But it seemed to go on forever. Nowadays, it gets to like June, before you know it, you're in August. And I'm like, where the fuck's July gone? You know what I mean? To control the world, they created time for us. But how many people do you know that goes, fuck you time? You know what I mean? Like, for example, your co-presenter, yeah, starts work at 8 o'clock in the morning every day, right? Or most days. And yet, even he's turned around and said, he might go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning, wake up at like, I don't know, 20 past 7, and just feel like he's been asleep for like 3 or 4 hours. But then on his days off, he'll go to bed at the same time, normally wake up like maybe an hour or two later, but it feels like he's been asleep for like 9 or 10 hours. And it's true. Like, what I genuinely don't get is, and I guarantee this happened to a lot of you guys as well, yeah, where you'll set an alarm for the morning, and yet out of nowhere, for some unexplained reason, you will wake up before that alarm, right? And there's no reason for it. And 98 times out of 100, you'll be within like 2 or 3 minutes of that alarm going off anyway. And you'll just be lay there stirring, for example, then that alarm goes off and it scares the shit out of you. Yeah? So, it really does confuse me. So, literally, nothing seems to make sense anymore. And it's kind of, I don't know, maybe like when you're a kid, you just decide to literally like just agree with everything and just go along with everything, etc., etc. And as you get older, you start to question stuff more. But honestly, nothing makes sense. Literally nothing makes sense. Now, we started touching on the basis of aliens, right? Now, aliens are supposed to come from outer space, and then apparently come and visit us in our world. I've got a problem with that, because, as many of you know, I live in the UK, right? And I don't remember there ever being an alleged sighting of aliens in this country. Yeah? Why do they always go to America? Like, why are they always seen in America? Well, they heard that the village idiot is running the country, so they decide to go drop in for a chat and have a cup of tea with him. And go, oh, sod it, we can't be asked to go to go to England, it's too cold. Like, what's going on? You know, why don't we see little green men walking down the street every day? You know, why don't we ever have, like, the ability to see their little spaceships going zooming around everywhere? I mean, yeah, okay, you might see something in the sky and you'd be told, oh, that's the International Space Station passing overhead. Well, it goes overhead bloody frequently. Yeah? Aliens are not from space. So where do you reckon they're from, my dude? No, I can't come and get you because, 1, I'm doing a live stream. 2, I've got to drop something to your co-presenter like I've already told you. And 3, when I've done that, then I'll come and see you. If you want to do your own shit in the meantime, be my guest. But there's plenty of places you can go to do what you've asked or what you said in that text message anyway, my friend. Also, I've got no idea what you mean about your with your message about water. They are from Earth in the deep sea. Right, okay. So, if that's the case, then again, how are they always found in the like middle of the desert in America? Or, I mean, let's face it, Area 51, right out there in the Nevada desert, is miles away, literally miles away from any water, any ocean, anything, right? But then that also kind of makes sense because let's face it, the Americans, I'm probably get a lot of hate for saying this, but the Americans aren't always the most switched on, cleverest sort of people like they try and maintain that they are, right? Hear me out. How many times have you seen something on YouTube, TikTok, Insta, where somebody will ask someone from America the most straightforward question and they don't have a clue? Like, you ask them anything about the rest of the world, they don't have a clue. They don't get taught flags. Most of them don't know the difference between a continent, a country, or a state. I mean, the amount of times you ask someone, like, you know, what country is London in? They're like, London. Last time I checked, London's not a country, but okay then. And I've got this real issue with this whole alien facade that apparently their spaceships like land in these places, etc., etc. Now, I have a belief, and this is going to sound crazy, but I have a belief that these spaceships are man-made, deliberately dropped from a height to land somewhere populated, and these so-called little green men are instantly taken away or picked up from somewhere, then dropped off somewhere, and then picked up a little, like an hour or so later. I don't think aliens have got anything to do with wars, mate, so that's just mad. And most people are not looking for water because most people know where you can find water. But yeah. But the world itself, like the concept of world, the actual world, that whole concept is flawed. Fundamentally flawed, right? And this is probably going to sound crazy, right? But that's an interesting thought process. They were for us and they have created us. But here's something I have a fundamental flaw with, right? So, we're this ball called Earth, yeah, this little globe that's just surrounded by space, yeah? I've got an issue with this, and the reason why I've got an issue with this is, like, what holds us in our area, like, genuinely, you know, because if we're apparently in space, right, then we're literally just surrounded by black, yeah? But what keeps us where we are? How come we don't just go shooting off across the galaxies and go and bump into other planets, etc., etc.? Like, do we have some weird, like, cosmic string that just dangles us? And if so, what the hell is that string attached to? Like, are we literally just kind of like a little ball on essentially a child's mobile, yeah? And then when there's like an earthquake or a tsunami or something, it's because that baby has smashed that mobile too hard and caused like an earthquake or a tsunami or whatever else, and that's why we feel the aftershocks, etc., in regardless of what country you're in. Now, I know that sounds like a really far-fetched, screwed up, fucked up like theory, but genuinely, what keeps us where we are? Like, because I've often thought this about the whole flat earth theory, right? Now, we're not going to go down that road because, Adil, hello, my friend. I'm not going to go down the flat earth theory because it irritates me and it really does annoy me. Anyone that says the earth is flat, just please, just don't go there, yeah? There's so much proof to show it isn't, and it really does bug me because that throws the theory even further out of what's holding essentially a dinner plate. It's a nice flat thing like that. What's holding that in its position? You know, how come that's not just being frisbeed around the entirety of nothingness? Yeah? Like, it does make the mind boil. The Earth is not the shape that you think it is, and we are not in space. So if we're, this is the thing though, right? If we're not in space, what the hell are we in? Because, for example, another theory, and this is literally the last one on my list, and it brings us very nicely to the end of this section of the show. But another one that has major like repercussions for myself, and I know for a fact it's going to annoy so many people, but this really does just like literally rinse out like the wheat from the chaff, for example. Yeah, the moon landings. Now, I have theories to back up what I'm about to say. Okay, I do not believe for one little second that the moon landings happened the way that they say they happened or when they say they happened. Hear me out. The reason why I don't believe it is because you look at any launch of any rocket that has ever gone to the moon, right? They have that humongous great fuel tank thing that they're obviously strapped, like attached to and bolted to, etc., to get them off the floor. Yeah. And then all those boosters, all of that fuel to get them up, right? Now, I'm not saying people haven't been to space because you see the shuttle break away from that fuel tank, and so the fuel tank goes that way, the shuttle goes off in that direction. Not saying that doesn't happen, okay, and that they don't go thousands of feet up, right? But what I'm saying to you is there's got to be somewhere or something on that moon or on the moon somewhere for that shuttle to better come down and land like that. Because if they're landing like this, how the fuck, how the fuck are they actually landing like that and then getting out of that so-called shuttle to go do their one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind bullshit? But also, if it is like that and there's no fuel thing for it to connect onto to then get it back up again, how are they getting all of their thrust and where's their fuel coming from to light those burners, light those engines and get them up and back into space again to come home? Because when they land back on the floor, they land like this with parachutes to come up behind it to ultimately slow that thing down. And there's only one place they can land there, and that's the NASA runway. Where the fuck have all these people come from? Keep walking, son. And that's 18,000 foot long of runway. So it needs that long to land on Earth. Surely it's going to need that much further to land on the moon. You can't tell me they built a runway that long. We are like a software system compared with the AI. I agree with this, you know. Now you also say like we are stationary. But what are we attached to? 1,789 sightings in the UK. Yeah, but you know what? Where? Because you never see aliens walking down Northampton High Street. I mean, granted, we've got you walking down Kettering High Street sometimes when you decide you're going to go for a walk, but still, like, I don't see aliens ever. So where are these sightings? Because 98% of them probably don't happen. It's just someone that wants a little bit of fame, a little bit of glory, a little bit of money. I've just seen an alien walking. Fuck off, have you, Doreen? Like, you haven't. Like, you probably had one too many sherries, looked out the window and thought the milkman was. Yeah? Have a word with yourself. Or, hello, is that the sun? I think I've just seen an alien walking past. No, Cynthia, all you've seen is a young child walking down the street who's got his face painted. He's going to a fancy dress party at number 42. Like, come on. What the hell, people? Like, you know. But also, why would any alien decide to come and visit the UK? But I genuinely do not believe that the moon landings happened. And I know I'm going to get hate for that. I know people are going to go mad for that. Maybe we are the aliens. Speak for yourself, pal. I ain't taking that stance. Not a chance, my dude. Yeah. But it's just weird. Love that comment. That's brilliant. But genuinely, so aliens, if they exist, phenomenal, great, whatever. But how come we don't see them in this country? The moon landings, as far as I'm concerned, most definitely did not happen. I'm convinced the government control the weather because it's all getting far too cliche that on the same day every year we're getting similar kind of weather events in the same areas. And things just do not feel right anymore. The moon is like a hologram. But again, if it takes so much effort to get something off from here, then genuinely, how do they get that rocket back from the moon back here? And why is there never any footage of how the rocket leaves the moon to come back to Earth? So I'm not saying they don't go up there. Like, you know, we see footage and stuff from inside a space shuttle, which has also been recreated by Richard Branson with his Virgin Galactica flights. Exactly the same sort of things happen on zero gravity flights there. Is there really like space exploration? Apparently there's the International Space Station. But it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sorry. If you need that much thrust, that much power, that much fuel, and that massive, great big fucking tank, with that little space shuttle attached to it, and all of that fuel to get the fucker up in the first place, where's the next tanker to get it back down here again? Connor, you can't say that shit though, man, because we literally saw like pigeons with eggs in that tower literally just the other day. So if they're spies, why are they laying eggs? I completely agree about the weather. Not too sure if the moon itself is fake, but I guarantee you 1000% that we haven't been there. because there's no logical way of getting back without all that power, without all that thrust, without all that fuel to get us back down here. As for the Earth is flat, I'm really hoping you'll put him a leg on that one, because if you genuinely think that, then yeah, there's no way. If the Earth was flat, you can guarantee the so-called ice wall that surrounds the world to stop all the water and stuff flowing over the edge, guaranteed that would have been turned into tourist attraction by now. Love how we call it the moon, but it's just a rock. Yeah, but AD, you can walk down the street, pull your trousers down, and guess what? You're pulling a moonie. So, you know, sort your life out, bro. Like, it's been called the moon for like centuries, so deal with it. Yeah. You know, but again, like, they try and turn around and go, oh yeah, the moon gets its light from the sun. Okay. Some of them are actual pigeons, but the majority of them are spies. Look at them. Look at when COVID hit. Pigeons were nowhere to be found. Do you know what? Because they had to be charged. Thing is, though, during COVID, you shouldn't have been out and about anyway, just to see those pigeons. But I'm thinking back now to when we had our exercise allowance, yeah, courtesy of good old Boris, right? And the weird thing, that's actually weird, because there weren't. That's really odd. No, of course you did. No, you're actually onto something. That's actually proper weird. But again, like I said at the very beginning of this live stream, right? When COVID hit, yeah, the weirdest thing was, right, the weather during COVID was absolutely phenomenal, yeah? But then, ever since COVID, when we're allowed to go out and about and all this sort of thing, the winds are that strong, this sort of stuff happens, yeah? Where literal vehicles are getting upended, blown away, and damage and devastation is being caused, right? And it's just mad, because let's face it, that sort of thing happens. Things do get blown over, and it's crazy, you know? So it's just crazy. And the other crazy thing as well, right, is the fact that even when I was doing like my repo job during COVID and stuff, you go to like London, you go to Trafalgar Square, that place is surrounded normally by pigeons. There is not a single one anywhere to be seen. Yeah? In any way, shape or form. But the weather's that screwed up nowadays. It causes things like this. Yeah? So, I'm not an alien now, you absolute dick. But it does go to show that so much weird stuff happens and we're just expected to go along with it. And it does honestly pile on the pressure a lot further, that quite frankly, we must be living some kind of simulation. Someone has got to be controlling everything that we do, because otherwise nothing makes sense. Yeah, literally nothing makes sense. Because if we're not being controlled, if there's, like, for example, I'm a firm believer, yeah, in the fact that sometimes it takes me hours to go to sleep, other times it takes me no time at all. And I reckon it's because the person controlling me is asleep like that. That's why I'm like, gone. Right? And it makes no sense. Yeah? Genuinely. Precisely my point. I mean, he said that with like pretty much to the letter at the start of this. That was literally the first item on the agenda, and completely agree with you, 110%. Like the weather we had back then. Bear in mind that was April. Yeah, 5 years ago. Look how nice and warm it was. Like we were all in the gardens or whatever, enjoying times like families, etc., etc., etc. Right, within our so-called bubbles and all this bullshit, right? And you're right, it was incredible. It actually was amazing. We mentioned time as well earlier on, Connor, and again, I agree with you, man. Because here's another little thing to throw a spanner in the works right now, right? I'm getting this green screen, it's just pissing me off. What really does confuse me is this, right? Not only where did that extra hour go, and therefore giving us 29 days every 4 years in February for the leap year to make up the lost time, right? But here's the other thing, okay? The average month is supposed to be about 4 weeks long, yeah? 12 times 4 is 48, which makes 48 weeks of the year, yeah? But there's 52. There's an extra 4 weeks every single year that are basically unaccounted for. And some people are going to go, oh, yeah, because some months you've got 5 weeks, some weeks you've got 4. But actually, you look at it, there's not that many months with 5 weeks in them. So theoretically, there should be 13 months of the year, right? Hear me out here. So October, for example, octagon, all this sort of thing. Octopus means 8, yeah? So you've got 8. So therefore, October should be the 8th month of the year. November should be the 9th. December should be the 10th. Because that's 8, 9, 10 in Latin, right? So why are they like the 10th, 11th, and 12th months of the year? Because that doesn't follow any pattern, any policy, or any normality of the English language. It just makes complete and utter bullshit. But I agree. There should still be 13 hours on a clock. We should still most definitely have, right, 13 months of the year, because that makes more sense. Yeah? So realistically, Christmas should actually be in March. It shouldn't be in December, because that should be the 10th month of the year. So no, sorry, it should be in February. Right? So that's realistically when we should have it. So why isn't it? Why do we start the month with January, February, when actually they're the only ones that have like the ARY on the end of their time? Yeah? The JFK assassination, 9/11 cover-up, Area 51 and the aliens, Paul is dead, secret societies control the world, the moon landings were faked, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Holocaust, revisionism. Are they all the things you want me to talk about tonight? Because they weren't on the list that I was given. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Is this your way of saying you want picking up and you want to come and discuss all this stuff live on camera? Now, do you know what? It's funny you say about the Truman Show. Because, do you know something? I genuinely feel like the county we live in is like the Truman Show. Because it's fucking easy to get into, but fuck me, is it hard to leave. Look how many times I try to leave this place. Still get dragged back here. But again, this is what I mean. I genuinely do think that we are literally living something like that, where our lives are controlled, where the same sort of shit happens every single day. They are all conspiracy theories. Try and work them all out. Right, so for starters, my friend, right? So you don't want picking up just yet, then obviously. if I start talking too much about the 9/11 cover-up, and also why you didn't put any spaces behind that to make it even harder for me, is just unbelievable. Yeah. If I say too much about the 9/11 cover-up, then I am likely to get myself into copious amounts of trouble, because I know far too much about 9/11 that I shouldn't know, courtesy of doing or filming a documentary on the Grenfell Tower, which then had a lot of similarities to Grenfell. And yeah, literally it caused a lot of issues. But basically, this, not yet, but we won against Real Madrid. I'm absolutely delighted for you, man. Fantastic. I'm really pleased to hear that. Kind of gathered the football finish by the fact you jumped on and started talking. But that's good. What was the score? So yeah, I know we digress slightly on the whole conspiracy theory thing. Danny, do not worry. You can't help being at work, my friend. That's not a problem. But yeah, so let's start off with it. Fuck it. If we get in a lot of trouble, then the American government can come and talk to me. I'll happily have a chat with Donald Trump, because he wasn't president at the time of 9/11. So Connor is defo asleep. Are you fucking retarded, AD? I'm talking to him right now, you absolute bellend. 1-1, but 5-1 on aggregate. Nicely done. Well, I'm happy for you, man. Good. Look forward to seeing you very soon. But yes, so 9/11. Bearing in mind, my previous career before doing full-time YouTube was working for British Airways as a trainee first officer. Okay. So when you speak to like your flight instructors and you actually speak to people from Boeing, they confirm that if a 767 was to be flying at the altitude it was at the time of hitting the tower, at the speed it would have done after takeoff, bearing in mind there wasn't 2-1 but 5-1 on aggregate. No worries, man. 80, mate, you're a special kind, my guy. No, yeah, no comment. Look how he's gone and retracted his comment. That's mad. If it hit that tower at the speed that it did after taking off from JFK International Airport in New York, they have confirmed it would go straight through, right? The wings would have come off, but the actual entirety of that plane would have gone straight through the building, because the speed it was going through at and the building itself did not have the resistance to stop that aircraft. So yeah, the wings would have fell off and caused damage down below, and essentially could have brought that building down if the explosion was enough. But again, at the speed that was flying, you got to remember, a 767 after takeoff is doing approximately 250 miles an hour. I'm definitely asleep, AD. I'm trying to scare people because I'm actually MI5. Oh, mate, you wonder why. Oh, yeah. You wonder why I like having you on this channel. That's phenomenal. The same goes for the Pentagon, which apparently was hit by a 757. Okay. For that to have gone in the way it did, the engines would have hit the ground first. That aircraft would have flipped. So it'd been the back end that would have gone basically through the, it would have done a somersault, like a 180, and the back end would have gone straight through the ceiling of the Pentagon, right? This is the point I'm getting to now, Connor. So if that had happened, they did say it would have gone straight through. And yep, the top of the building would have gone, well, a couple of floors would have gone with it, basically. Yeah, so a couple of those floors would have gone, as the plane goes through, they'd have gone. Yeah, meaning the top of the building is going to be unsteady and would probably have gone down at a 45-degree angle to the floor, not completely flat. The way that building fell, bearing in mind, Grenfell Tower in London burnt at a hotter temperature for a much longer space of time, right? And is built from exactly the same grade of steel here in the UK that they used on the World Trade Center over in New York, right? Exactly the same grade steel. 8 years later, Grenfell Tower is still standing, as of course you know because you've seen it with your own eyes. Yet, the World Trade Center fell. The irony being as well, World Trade Center Tower number 3 also fell when it was 3 blocks away after being hit by absolutely fuck all, right? And you look at any picture of that steel structure at the point of all the debris and everything that's been cleared away when they're stood up at their weird angle, half of the steel things were on that sort of angle. That's a slice. Not all bent and all this sort of thing, yeah? And the fact that it didn't, no part of that building like went at a weird angle or whatever else, or tilted or went left, right, up, whatever. It literally came completely straight down like that. Why? Well, because it was a controlled explosion. It's a no-brainer. Absolutely no-brainer. And the reason we found, or because we found this out, was another reason why we were not allowed to include any part of that in the documentary that we recorded with ITV. We saw the paperwork or documents that we weren't supposed to see. And these so-called planes that flew into the World Trade Center that day, ironically also tallied up at the same time there's people on the ground to film these planes hitting that tower. But there's one problem. The explosions happened within 0.5 to 1 second before the plane even hit. So, yeah, you had that big boom. Why were there people on the floor filming at the same time that plane goes overhead? Let me tell you this, ladies and gents. At the time of those planes hitting the World Trade Center, there was nobody on board. There was no pilot, no co-pilot, no hijacker, no passengers, and no one was on board those flights. Let me tell you what happened to those crew. They got moved to elsewhere in America. You got to remember, it can take anything up to 9 hours to drive across America from one side to the other. It's a humongous country. No, not 9 hours. It can take 9 days to drive. It can take at least 4 or 5 hours just to fly from one side to the other. It's insanely big. They all got moved, given new identities and paid a shitload of money to go and start again. Do you know the real victims of 9/11? The people in them buildings, because they died unnecessarily and there's absolutely no reason for it in any way, shape or form. There's no reason for those people to die. That was merciless murder, in my opinion. I completely agree with you, Connor. The phone calls were faked. Do you know why they were faked? Because they were paid. They were paid to be like, the phone's been hijacked. Plus, I'm not being funny. How many of you have turned on your phones, right, on an aircraft? Or had a phone on a plane? Yeah? As soon as you're at about 900 feet, your signal goes completely. I tried it myself going to Turkey last year, right? I had my phone on the entirety of the flight. I know you're not supposed to, right? But I'm like, I work for BA. Yeah? I know for a fact that there was actually no danger to having my phone on, right? I heard it from a pilot himself. He has his phone in the cockpit. Yeah? No danger. Do you know why there's no danger? Because the advancement in technology nowadays means there is real no danger. I mean, yeah, if everyone had them on and didn't use flight mode, then that is a very different thing. But the reality is, it was fine. So I had my phone on and I had it in my hand. And I was watching. And we got to about 900 feet off the floor. And guess what? Signal. I've got a nice little circle to cross through it. Yeah? That's at 900 feet. The World Trade Center was significantly taller than that. So if they're being flown into the 50-odd floor, as we are being led to believe, you can bet your bottom dollar there should have been signal. But it's higher than 900 feet off the floor. So there wouldn't be signal. So how the fuck are these people making phone calls to their loved ones saying we're about to die? Yeah, you don't get a signal again till you get to about 150 feet. Because once you've gone up to that level, and we're led to believe that they managed to get to 2,500 feet before they started making their way back down again. Boom. Nah, not buying that. Not buying that in any way, shape or form. Do you know why? Because the planes that hit had no one on board. They were drones, ladies and gents, that have been flown by the US military into those buildings. Funny how they had people spotted around the area to film them and to go, oh, there's another one. Shut up. Get a grip. Right? And the worrying thing is that for so long, people in America genuinely believed that was a legit thing. Yeah? I was at my parents' house watching it on the TV at the age of like, 16 years old, being like, yo, are we watching a movie right now? What's going on? Right? And my dad, who at the time was working for BA as an aircraft engineer, was like, they're trying to make out plane to hit the World Trade Center. He's like, can guarantee it didn't happen. And I was like, okay. Fast forward for like 18 years, and I find out for myself, legitimately, didn't happen. Flight 914 flew in 1955 and reappeared 37 years later. I've watched a movie on that, where apparently they like disappeared, but then nobody on board aged. The child that apparently was critically ill and needed medication was still completely fine after flying through a freak storm. And I've got a funny feeling a similar thing's going to happen with Malaysian Airways flight MH370. The 737 or 777 that went missing from Kuala Lumpur. Takes off, does its normal flight pattern, disappears. No. Now this is the thing, right? Yes, there were phone calls. And yeah, they were from their people's numbers. But they were made from the ground. At what's supposed to be believed as a secret location. So these phone calls did happen. But they weren't on a plane. It sounded like they were in a plane. Behaved like they were in a plane. But they weren't. AD, there's no point walking to me, mate, because I'll be going soon. But no. Drones. Life-size drone model aircraft flew into that building. There was no actual plane hitting them. And this is the point. What about the fuel myth for airplanes? Expand on that, my friend. And what do you mean from where, Connor? Was that about the phone calls? Yeah, they're made from a secret location. Like I said, there's been a lot of stuff that we found out just from doing a Grenfell Tower documentary. It was like, okay, cool. It was mad. And very, very scary when you find out. Especially when they're sat on a simulator in a warehouse. With a lot of people being hysterical around you. As they're being paid to do. Yeah. One massive cover-up. The plane that disappeared. Yeah. It's not being found. So MH370, literally was about to hit Chinese airspace when the transponder stopped transponding. The radar couldn't find it. Lo and behold, plane disappeared. It took off from, I believe, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. But I reckon that'll turn up in a couple of years' time. Probably still intact. Probably at some random airport somewhere. Unless it does actually make it to its final destination, which I believe it's supposed to be going to like Hong Kong or something stupid. A routine, everyday flight that should have lasted like 3.5 hours and just never turned up. It's mad. Proper mad. From Willy Wonka. No, not an Oompa Loompa, you absolute bellend. Kuala Lumpur. It's in Malaysia. Kuala space Lumpur. Fucking hell. Yes, mate. They took a plane all the way to Birmingham to a chocolate factory. Fucking Oompa Loompa, you absolute bellend. Do you know what? This is why I love the fact you're a copy on this channel, because you just make me laugh genuinely. That's funny as fuck. That's the thing though, AD. It wasn't carrying skeletons because everyone was still alive and well and still very much. Well, I think they might be dead. Or they might be dead, or some of them might be dead by now. But yeah, it's mad. So their families aged, but they hadn't. It's very weird. Because also a plane cannot land, especially a DC-4, definitely cannot land itself, or couldn't, definitely can't land itself, slow down and stop itself on a runway. It's physically impossible, because that technology's only recently come in on aircraft that are within like 7 years old. Do you really think that much fuel is stored in the wings and that they can fly? Ray, what I'm probably about to tell you might shock you. As a former British Airways employee or a former British Airways trainee pilot, I can assure you that yes, that much fuel does go into an airplane. However, is it actually stored in the wings? No, absolutely not. Because we've all seen the makeup of a wing, yeah? Absolutely no way you are going to get that, right? For example, in your car, yeah, your fuel tank is on like a panel at the back of your car, yeah? But the actual fuel tank itself is under your car, right? It's not exactly where, like, it goes on a nice little hose and a nice little pipe first before it goes into the tank. The same's true for airplanes. So yeah, you'll fill it on the wing. It'll connect on there and it'll go and fill within like 20 minutes, right? But it doesn't sit in the wing. Instead, it goes into a tank, which, yeah, as Connor quite rightly said, there are two little tubes that when they're doing a fuel dump comes out of that tank, out the bottom of the aircraft, and allows for fuel dumping for an emergency landing or a mayday landing if they should need to do so. But no, there is no actual fuel other than what's in the pipe stored in a plane during takeoff. Because it's, as we all know, takeoff and landings are the most dangerous part of any flight. To have fuel in there as well, knowing what can go wrong on a takeoff, not sensible. You've also got to think of something else as well, right? We're throttling down the motorway. We're running down the runway at like 220 knots before we get the V1 rotate thing, and before we pull back on the yoke and go off at a 15-degree angle, yeah? Which about 15,000 feet, like, you'll just then start banking left or right or continuing straight on depending on your flight path. If you've got fuel in the wing, right, can you imagine, bearing in mind we normally take off with about 90% thrust. Yeah, you very rarely use 100% unless it's like weather conditions, etc. Right? If we start banking with fuel in the wings, literally all it's going to do is go to the winglet of that wing. Yeah, it's going to be going straight down like that. And then on the other side, it's going to come from the top of the wing and go right down into like bouncing against the aircraft, causing corrosion. As a result, right, it is very, very difficult to control, and you're going to have a plane that should be flying like that, loads and loads of fuel going out of there, and you're going to bank angle, go into a stall, fall out the sky. Pretty much like that, right? So no, there is no fuel stored in the wings of an aircraft. That comes from an ex-pilot. Now tell me I don't know my job. Since 1948, 83 aircraft have been declared missing, and there's a reason for that, mate, because since 2019 aircraft have gone missing. Well, in 1948, the reason why they went missing is because a lot of them got shot down in remote areas courtesy of World War II. Yeah, since 2000, things do go missing. You hear about it all the time. Things and people go missing. But there we go. Ladies, to my moderators, Connor and Danny, can you give me a subscriber check, please? That poll's doing good. And Connor, what time am I coming to yours, dude? Because I've got your present here. I won't show the front of it because it's personalised. 344 still. So we've got people voting saying they're going to like and subscribe to the channel, and they haven't. 344 as well, by the way, came courtesy of somebody watching our Thorpe Park short, which at the start of this video had over 1,400 views in less than 24 hours. If they go into the sea, it's going to be very hard to find them. Hence why they say it's missing. The same with how Titanic was missing until they found it. Very. 23 aircraft have turned up near airports years after takeoff. And it can happen. I don't know how it happens, but it does. I mean, it's weird, but it can happen. I don't understand how it does happen, but it does. It's really odd. So for those of you who voted to say you are going to join the channel, please do smash the like button, hit subscribe. If you've enjoyed this very random conspiracy theory special, then I appreciate all of you. Obviously, this has been episode 9 of 10 of the Daily Grind, ladies and gentlemen, where we'll discuss literally anything and anything. It's almost like let's go and land on someone's street and go, fuck it, this will do, we'll just leave it here. Yeah. That's a great question. Cheers, Connor. Love it. They must have put the, yeah, must have set the sat-nav wrong. That's brilliant. I love that. Corey. Hello, my friend. Oh, absolutely phenomenal. That's good. Terrible pilots. Yeah. Ugh. Maybe they had FND as well. FND in the pilot world, though, clearly has fucking no direction rather than functioning neurological disorder. So yeah, they're the ones that don't make it back to the airport. They just fucking leave it somewhere near and go, yeah, fuck it, that'll do. We're close enough. They can walk the rest of the way. Bollocks to them. Yeah, fucking no direction. There we go. That's what it now stands for. Oh, ladies and gents, this is why he's the co-presenter on your channel, because he's a nutter. It's Bryden. I changed my name. Happy days, my friend. Well, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you. Obviously, like and you have liked and subscribed already, but if you want to do it again, be my guest. Always happy to try and push ever closer to 350 subs before Easter. This is your conspiracy theory special. So far, we have covered aliens, time, weather, airports or aircraft, everything else in between, which is absolutely insane. 3 aircraft have turned up with people alive, 11 with dead people, and 9 have been found either no remains or destroyed. Okay. So, what's your point? But again, it brings in the whole thing with like the whole Munich air disaster thing. Next to airports. Why are they next to it? Like Connor said, why have they gone next to the airport and just gone, there's the runway, we'll land there? What have they seen? Like a fucking motorway and gone, fuck it, that'll do. It's close enough. The Titanic never sank, but a fable. Now, this is an interesting one, because if you follow the conspiracy correctly, no, you're right. The Titanic never actually sank. It was its sister ship, the Britannic, which was renamed at the very last minute the Titanic, because at the time the Titanic itself wasn't actually ready. Sullivan, that one's close enough. That'll do. We'll take that one instead. So the one that actually sunk wasn't the unsinkable ship of dreams. We just lost a like on that. That's interesting. Boeing 777 found near Heathrow Airport that has believed to have taken off 6 years ago. The pilot landed it near the airport because he couldn't be asked to talk. Dude, rather than typing, just come and do this, and just literally, please, like, come and do this in person, because that's funny. Oh my god, ladies and gents, I guarantee you want your copy on it on here, like, live rather than typing, right? Like, my question is, how did it take years to find them? How hard is it to find them next to an airport? I mean, my question is, why are they next to an airport? And when you say next to an airport, how close to an airport are we talking? Like, they just park it outside the fence and go, fuck it, I'm going home? You know? Turn their phone off and never answer a call from work again? Or do they leave it like 15 miles away and go, fuck it, that's close enough? You know? I've got my Uber booked, I'll just go from here. Like, I'm sorry, mate, but I've not heard of any plane in recent times being found next to an airport. You know, it's exactly like Connor's just said. A Boeing 777 found near Heathrow Airport that is believed to have taken off 6 years ago. The pilot landed it near the airport because he couldn't be asked to talk to other people at the airport. Like, come on. It says within 1,000. Fuck me. Right. Okay. Now, within 1,000 miles. Well, that completely, like, well, changes the whole concept of near. You go 1,000 miles away from bloody Heathrow Airport, for example, right? So you go within like 1,000 miles south, you're going to be in like northern Spain. I don't class that as near Heathrow Airport. If anything, it's closer to fucking Madrid or Barcelona Airport. Come on. What do? Aim for bloody, like, I don't know, London. No, aim for Gatwick. End up at Charles de Gaulle in Paris and go, that'll do, that's close enough. They can get the Eurostar home. Dude, within 1,000 miles is not close to fucking anything. That's like me being parked here and going, oh yes, sorry, it's not close enough to miles, so I'll walk from here. Have a word with yourself. Typo. No, you just thought it was close to it. Mate. And you wonder why I turn around to you and say you hurt my brain. Fucking close to an airport. Jesus Christ. Is that supposed to say 1,000 miles, or is that supposed to say like 1,000 meters? There's a big difference between the two, I can assure you. Fucking 1,000 miles. Yeah, great, cool. It's all right, ladies and gents. We're going to land at Sydney Airport, but fuck it. I can't be asked to land there, so we're going to go land in the sea. Emirates A380 that went missing 8 years ago randomly turned up on Blackpool Beach. The pilot said he was aiming for Spain, but his radar system was broken. Pilot has said this is... Oh my god. Your mate, I'm crying. The pilot said this is close enough. Oh god. Can you imagine it? Oh, ladies and gents, this is your captain speaking. As you can see, the sky is blue. The beach is waiting for you. It's not Spain, though. Instead, we're at Blackpool. Imagine it. Blackpool? I wanted Spain. Shut up, Sharon. Jeez. Dude, come join the channel in person. You're fucking killing me. You're on fire tonight. You're killing me. I'm not even lying to you. I might just fucking go. Fuck it. I'll come to you. Bollocks to it. That's hysterical. I love it. That's brilliant. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's like saying we want to land at bloody, we want to land in Sydney, but we're just going to go to Auckland instead of New Zealand. Close enough. Or in that scenario, 1,000 miles. You want Sydney, which is here. We're going to go land at Ayers Rock, right in the middle of the country. You got something to look at. What else you want? Granted, you couldn't land an A380 at fucking Alice Springs because the runway's too short, but still. That mind-blowing emoji. From 50 miles to 1,000 miles. Now, 50 miles, I would say, yeah, is probably close. Definitely. 1,000 miles? Nah. I'm not being funny. Like, it's not even 1,000 miles from fucking, from here to Inverness, which is in, the Highlands of Scotland. So you take that into an equation, yeah? So London Heathrow is 97 miles away from here. So that then takes Inverness to be 600 miles. So if you're landing at Heathrow, 600 miles away is Inverness. Another 100 on top of that is John O'Groats, which is the top of top of Scotland. And then 50 miles on from that is the Orkney Islands, yeah, which takes up 80 miles. So in total, we're going about 800 miles away from London Heathrow to the furthest north Orkney Island, yeah. And then literally you're cool, brilliant. So your 1,000-mile radius still takes it either into the North Sea or going towards fucking Iceland. So you've missed the UK completely, it doesn't fucking exist. Sharon, you set the bloody sat-nav wrong, Sharon. I'm going towards the sea. What? Flight 349 takes of pilot, lands in field just after the runway. I forgot my keys. Well, you don't need keys to start a plane anyway. It's all done by a little switch up here, but you go like that, blonk. And away you go, because you switch off the APU, you then turn on engine 1 and then engine 2 on pushback. So that little thing's pushing you backwards, your APU kicks out, your engines kick in, and that's when they do the whole thrust test to make sure the engines are actually working properly. Hence why it's an incredibly loud experience on pushback when realistically it should be quiet. Because your engines are going, and why one's always spinning faster than the other side. Because they're spinning at different rates. And when this one's at 25%, then that one starts up. Just some more useless information from an ex-member of flight crew. But yeah, you don't need keys for a plane. Can you imagine how hard that would be to control? Literally. Oh, you got the keys for this plane to now. It's at gate 515. So you then walk 2 miles from the key room all the way to your plane to get there and go, the wrong ones, Denise. Can I have the right ones for my plane, please? Unbelievable. Why is there so many people out at this time of night? I don't know. What was you going to do? Ask them. Go, excuse me, Pauline, what are you doing out this time of night? Where are you going? You're right there, Derek. Why aren't you at home? They could say the same thing about me. What are you doing out at this time of night? Fuck's sake. Here's another one from your co-presenter. A Boeing 747-400 that left Spain in 2012 has landed in the Cotswolds. The pilot, crew, and passengers all believe they are all still in 2012. Pilot said, I don't care. I wanted to see Jeremy Clarkson. Oh, what? So he's gone and landed over in Chipping Norton, has he? Love it. Mate, you are on fire tonight. I'm loving this. Ladies and gents, can we all please give a round of applause to your co-presenter this evening? He's on fire. I love it. Brilliant. I don't care. I wanted to see Jeremy Clarkson. Mate, you're a legend. Fucking hell. Love it. Yeah. Brilliant. Fucking hell. So, unbelievable. Literally, I've lost my train of thought. That's mad. Ladies and gents, if you are brand new to the channel, please do smash the like button, hit subscribe. Ordinarily, if your co-P was here, I'd be saying these things to you live on the channel from that specific seat right there. And yeah, not be typing them to you. But literally, he's on fire tonight. Absolutely loving this. Absolutely phenomenal. So if you want to like and subscribe, try and push us ever closer to our massive target of 350 subscribers before Easter, then that would be absolutely phenomenal. And you'd probably get to see a lot more of this in reality. Diddley squat farm with Boeing 747 crew and passengers squatting. I don't care. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. You want a can of Coke? Not specifically, no, to be honest. Oh my God. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Oh shit. I'm still crying now. It's hysterical. Fanta? No. Right. Connor. Coming to you for a fag now, dude. That's been hysterical. Honestly, that's been so funny. But yeah, needless to say, AD, your thought process. Squatters found in Diddley Squat Farm. From a Boeing 747-400, all dressed in their fucking flight uniform still. You know, men and women walk up and down the barns going, tea, coffee, anything off the trolley? I'll have a Fanta Light, please, Doreen. All right, love. Like, I mean, granted, it's closer. Well, it's in between, like, Heathrow and Gatwick, to be fair. But yeah, that's brilliant. They was pulling up to camp. Who was? Ada, you do realise a plane hasn't actually landed at Diddley Squat Farm because the pilot wanted to see Jeremy Clarkson that's come from 2012, don't you? I've deliberately kept Siggy's, mate, to come and give you a fag, which is why I said to you I'm leaving earlier to come see you to give you a fag, because I guarantee you'll need one. So of course I have. I'm not going to go, do you want a fag, then turn up and go, where's your backy then? Or like, your splash or whatever. Of course I've got fags for you, man. You know I look after you, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you? Do you know what? Sometimes my crew scare me. Especially my fucking moderator crew, who think that fucking planes just randomly appear at fucking... Ada, you hurt my brain, dude. Honest to God, you really do. There's a reason why I could never pick you as a co-presenter, because I know for a fact there's absolutely no way, in any way, shape or form, you'd stay on script. In 2012, Jeremy Clarkson Farm wasn't his. That's also a very good point. What brand we smoking today? I'll get it. Have 3 guesses on that one, lad. You got it in one, my dude. Yeah, the first one you said, bro. I hope not condoning smoking, but there you go. Other brands are available. Cross the road then, Grandad. Why the fuck is Spoon so busy? Hello, everybody. Hello. Why is he wearing fucking sunglasses? It's fucking 11:05 at night. What's the matter with you? Chloe is painting. I know. Believe it or not, I have this thing called Facebook, and I actually like read people's statuses. So, yeah. How much are them a packet? Depends where you go. So the shop near me and, well, this literally like near me and Connors, where they cost £4.50. If you go to the next town across, then they are £3.50. Where the fuck did you come from? Bloody hell, people everywhere. What's going on? It's a conspiracy. They're all coming out to murder us. They've come from up north. We're all dead. We're all dying. Fuck's sake. Wow, cheap as fuck. Dude, you don't expect me to pay full price, do you? Have a word with yourself, bro. Just remember though, folks, we don't want people smoking under the age, but obviously, of course, this is why every live stream is set over the age of 18. Because we do smoke on this channel, we do vape on this channel, and we don't want kids following suit, hence why everything is set over the age of 18. But yeah. But if I didn't smoke, it's him! No, it's not. I thought it was the fucking Kevin dude, whatever his fucking name was. We do a lot. We do indeed. It's like GTA NPCs. They try and hit you constantly. They do. They literally do. And you probably find that as well when you're going like to and from work and stuff. People just walk out in front of you and just haven't got a care in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. Genuinely mad. But yeah, absolutely mental. Can we have a quick subscriber chat there, please, Danny? Danny boy. Oh, Danny boy. The streets are fighting. Oh. 344 still. Or blame you for running them over. Yeah, that is absolutely true. And then go and tell the police, that's the one that ran me over. Never fucking touch it up. All right then, Tweedle. Keep forgetting. Is that better? There we go. Are we back? I need to keep doing it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Keep forgetting. I don't know. I don't even remember connecting to your Wi-Fi, but there we go. It's mad. So, yeah. If you don't get a fucking notification from Live 360, you'll know if we're on here or not because the screen goes black. But there we go. So, but ladies and gentlemen, please do try and push us ever closer to 350 subs. Like I said, Connor's short is currently on 67 views. And the Thorpe Park one is on 1,407. It was when you was at mine, speak to me. What? It was when you was at mine, speak to me and my mum for ages. You say it like it's a bad thing, mate. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. I was there trying to help. I think that was the day we were trying to help sort out flights and that sort of stuff, actually. The house is green. It's actually white, but for some reason it's green on camera. Yeah. Yeah, you say that like it's a bad thing. In which case, I won't come and talk to you ever again. Cool. Rude. Obviously, I would do because I think your mum was ace. Oh, here we go. Ladies and gents, your copy is about to present himself live on camera. Oh. Sorry, it's not made of glass. Well, it's because it's not a fucking greenhouse, you bellend. Hey, Adi, what the fuck is wrong with you tonight? Honestly, man. Like, legitimately, you scare me. Genuinely scare me, and you honestly hurt my brain, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. Hello. How you doing?
The best one has arrived.
There you go, ladies and gents. You heard it. Heard it for himself. The best one has arrived. This is the Danny straight away. That's yours. For your boy.
Oh, that's cute.
So you get a little Kinder egg that goes in the middle. I'll grab some later when I go shopping.
That's cute, that is. Who did that?
Me and Vicky done it today.
Girl.
She had one spare. She goes, "Would Connor like that for his little one?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Thank you.
Obviously, that's why I showed the back of it though, because obviously it's like personalised. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't want people knowing his name. Danny says, "Oi oi."
We can see it.
Yeah, but you can do that because it's your child. It's not my kid, is it? That was made by me and my sister today for his kid.
Can't really see it anyway.
That's very true, to be fair.
It's backwards.
Yeah. Bit like AD.
That's why I said 80s like that fucking like the
Like an
NPCs.
NPC, yeah.
Because he walks and talks like one.
Haven't taken tabs. I'll take one now. Oi oi, Mr. C. That's sick, man. And can't really read it, to be fair, but that is kind of the point, to be honest.
Well, it says Hudson.
But it's obviously backwards because it's a front-facing camera. But yeah. But this is the guy that's been making all those jokes about different planes and stuff, just randomly appearing places, which apparently they're close to the airport.
Yeah. I can land on Blackpool Beach, mate, thinking it was in Spain.
He's like, fuck it, it'll do. Not
Close enough. That'll do, donkey, that'll do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Honestly. Name.
What? Name what? What? Oh, lovely nice. Lovely nice lad.
What?
Lovely name. Lovely name, lad.
Oh.
There we go. There we go, yeah.
And it will kick in about 20 mins.
What, the A380 that landed on Blackpool?
Well, this
The engine will kick in a minute. We can go Spain then.
Fuck it. Hang on, let's power it up. Nope. Nothing's happening.
No, don't worry.
It's dead. Died.
Yeah, give it 20 minutes. It'll power up in a minute. I got there in the end, and you're killing me.
Well, honestly.
You could be on my A380 flight if you want.
Yeah.
Wherever you tell me to go, we're going totally different. You want to go Spain? We end up in Blackpool. You want to go Blackpool? We'll end up in Canary Islands.
That sounds like a fucking good trade, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. That sounds fucking brilliant. Yeah. You know.
I can't speak tonight, me. When can you ever?
Well, you must have a little bit of ADitis because...
No, the United's kicking into him.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of United, obviously you'll know obviously about the Munich air disaster back in the 1950s, yeah?
United.
Do you actually know what Munich stands for? Because this is an interest. I only found this out a few years ago, right? It stands for Man United Never Intended Coming Home. There you go. Blackpool Tower.
Nick can never get this fucking trophy anymore. Yeah, it says never coming home.
Blackpool
yeah,
Tower.
No, I'm joking.
Is it Blackpool Tower? Is it new air? What?
Blackpool Tower is a new airport now.
That's not what he's written.
What does it say? Yeah, it does. Blackpool Tower. Is it new airport tower now? Yeah. Do you not understand that?
That makes no sense.
So you know you got the airport towers.
Air traffic control.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what Blackpool Tower is now.
Hey, did you actually not realise that Blackpool's actually got its own airport and has done since like 1995?
Yeah, but I'm saying it's going on the fucking beach.
That could be fun, to be fair. How would you miss out the pier? How would you avoid the pier?
I leaped it. So I went down, went back up.
Did a little touch and go, yeah?
Yeah.
Did a little toga.
I basically do what I did in GTA.
I love that, you cheeky fucker. Is Arsenal going to bring it home? Of course they are.
I'm hoping so.
They won today, didn't
we're going against PSG in the quarter. No, semi-final.
PSG, please suck goats. What?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Jamon.
And then
Do you know what my sister turned around and said to me today, just butting in really quickly?
Whoever wins out of Inter and Barcelona.
She said something really random. She was like, I want to go to Berlin for the day.
Berlin? Out of anywhere you can choose, fucking Berlin.
She wants to go to Berlin, and the reason why she wants to go to the Ramstein shop. Like Ramstein Museum shop.
She can choose anywhere in the world. She chose Berlin.
That's where the Ramstein shop is. The concert I went to last year. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But my theory, my thought process was,
if I could go anywhere in the world, it'd be Canada.
but for a day,
Well, I'd go Canada for a day.
it'll take you 10 hours to get there.
That's fine. I'll leave a day beforehand, so I'll have another day.
Which therefore goes, but also they are like 6 hours behind us. So in theory, you're actually going to be in the air for like 4 hours. Time's a weird concept. Yes, still fabricated. I need to go to Amsterdam. Yeah, do you know what?
Well, we know why you want to go to fucking Amsterdam. Arsenal is better than PSG. Well, considering we took out the favoured team to win the Champions League, which was Real Madrid, I would say we have a good chance against PSG.
What's Sadie said?
So if they land next to the Eiffel Tower, it becomes its new traffic control tower. Good luck landing a fucking A380 there.
Do you realise how impossible that would be? To the
Have
south,
you seen their streets?
to the south of the tower, you got the Seine River. There's no way of fitting an A380 in there because the A380 is too wide. For starters.
You don't even fit it in fucking River Thames, mate.
No. Secondly, there's like roads and trams and everything else all around the fucking tower. And thirdly, Charles de Gaulle Airport, which is in Paris, is literally 15 minutes away from there. So, no.
Yeah, but if they're going away from fucking Heathrow 100 metres away from the airport, why the fuck they didn't fucking go to it?
1,000 miles.
Oh yeah, 100 miles to 1,000 miles. Like,
I'm also not being funny. It's only like a 247-mile flight from Heathrow to Paris. So going by your theory, if they're trying to go to Heathrow, Paris is too close. I suppose it could be close enough, couldn't it? Like, yeah, fuck it, this will do. Going by your theory. Like, honestly, you
Aidy, are you sure you read that properly? Was like, because I'm pretty sure.
It probably said 50M to 1,000M.
I'm pretty sure you can't get 1,000 miles from an airport.
Not without hitting it. Well, unless you're slap bang in the middle of like a desert or something.
Yeah, like, it's got to be.
I mean, even going from Turkey, you go 1,000 miles, you go through Bulgaria, Romania, Italy.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, you're going for a different country.
You're gonna find other airports
that are closer to the, unless it means the intended airport.
Even then, 1,000 miles. I reckon it said 50M to 1,000M. So
What,
50 meters to 1,000 meters, which makes more
50
sense.
meters from the airport. You fucking landed it.
That's like you said.
I don't get it.
Or could they not find it? But fucking this will do. We'll just park it here and leave
Okay,
it.
where's the airport? What's that? What's that massive fucking light? It's got loads of lights down it. I ain't landed on that.
Oh no, I might pop a tyre.
It's got a plane on it. I ain't going on that.
Or if I land on those bulbs, it might pop a tyre. I might smash one.
It's got loads of planes in there. I can't land in there.
That doesn't look right.
That looks like a home for planes.
Right, now that makes a lot more sense. 50 miles. That makes more sense.
Aidan,
That makes a lot more.
Fucking retarded.
Yes, you are.
Fuck's sake, man.
Oh, what the fuck is?
Who the fuck are you?
Are you within 50 Are you within 50 miles of your intended place?
Are you an A380?
Have you gone the wrong way?
Oh, it looks like his.
Have you parked somewhere you're not supposed to? You could be a pilot.
You going to Blackpool? Where the fuck are you now?
Why is this road suddenly becoming so busy?
Who the fuck is that? A Poe?
I was
Poe?
just thinking.
No, it's a taxi.
No, it's a taxi. Are you going to the right
Okay,
place?
No, it's the right firm.
Well, yeah, that's true. But fucking hell. You see, that makes a lot more sense. A lot more sense. 50 miles to 100 miles. That makes, yeah.
But even still, like,
If you're 50 miles from the airport, just go the extra 50 miles. Like, it's not that hard.
if you're high enough, glide it.
Yeah.
The planes are designed to do that.
But this one, a standard approach into Heathrow Airport, you can easily glide like anything up to a 777, 180 miles with no engine. So you just go.
As long as you're obviously high enough.
Because what you do, APU, glide it in. Just literally, you literally land on the auxiliary power unit.
But
So
I'd understand if like they're old planes where they don't have that technology.
Well, that came in 1963.
But even still, like.
But to land 50 miles away, you're like, that'll do.
Where and they're not being found straight away. How do you not see an aeroplane?
I'm not being funny. If you found a plane in a fucking field 50 miles from an airport, you were like, that weren't there yesterday.
You weren't meant to be here.
You know, or the poor little fucking.
They're all just standing there like, hang on a minute. My phone's still saying 2012. But that clock there says it's 2025.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's like you're thinking.
I've come in the wrong fucking era.
Oh, I wanted to go see Jeremy Clarkson.
Just landed in a fucking field.
Doctor Who, what, where? You've literally joined at completely the wrong time, my friend, because literally we're discussing planes landing within 50 miles or 100 miles from an airport. Although apparently, according to another one of our moderators, it's 1,000 miles away from the airport. Anyway, did Connor know there is 2 helicopters in Kettering?
Is there?
There actually is, to be fair.
Why?
I've seen one of them.
Well, I've seen one of them.
At a campsite.
I've seen one of them at fucking Neil Mill Road.
No, actual helicopters.
Yeah, an actual helicopter.
What's it doing at Mill Road?
So, you know, they've got that fucking... St. John's?
50 centimetres.
No, whatever it is. There's a church thingy. It's not a church, but it's a church thingy. Church-looking thing.
It's alright, it looks like a church, it's close enough. We'll call it a church.
And there's a helipad on top of it, alright?
Right.
And it was up there.
Is it still there now, though?
No.
Oh, here we go. Here come the haters, ladies and gents. Here we go again. Oh.
He's a cheeky twat. Who's a cheeky
twat?
What?
And what's 50 centimetres, Danny? No, legitimately, there actually is a full-sized helicopter.
That's how far they came from the airport. 50 centimetres here. Oh, let's just... Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
I don't get... Who's a cheeky twat?
That's what I want to know. Are you talking about this guy?
Hi.
Your co-presenter on this channel? Or are you talking about the moderator that said about fucking planes landing within 50 metres of a fucking airport? Oh, because I'm really confused.
You've just turned around,
She clearly went the wrong way. She's not in the right place. No, I'm not in the right place, but I'm close enough. That'll do. That one. Who? What, him?
Me?
He looking very dapper today.
I don't know what they're talking about here.
Nor do I. I'm really... Who's... Danny, who's a cheeky twat and who's looking very dapper today? Me? Why am I cheeky? Hang on, what? Why am I cheeky?
I'm so confused right now.
You're not the only one. Like, what's going on? So what started off as a conspiracy special has turned into, like, let's roast everyone. Oh, Mr. C. What?
I'm a cheeky twat or I'm looking very dapper? I'm so confused.
I'm so confused right now. Why do you not always write in riddles? It confuses me. I don't know. I just felt left out.
Yeah, cheeky twat.
Oh my
Don't know
god.
who's a cheeky twat, but I'm gonna fucking say it anyway.
I'm so confused. So,
Tara.
Doctor Who, what, where? Who's the cheeky twat? Because, and who's looking dapper? Let's just cement this out once and for all. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are brand new to the channel, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, and try and get us up to 350 subscribers, please, you wonderful people. Oh, Christ. So the other one's a cheeky twat. Why is he a cheeky twat for? I mean, you're not wrong, to be fair, but why are you cheeky?
Me? I'm a cheeky twat. Oh, why am I a cheeky twat? I'm so confused.
I don't understand what you've done to be a cheeky twat. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, you lot break me, honestly, on a daily basis. You genuinely hurt me. Yeah, send me the link to your Urbex thing as well, please, so I can share that around everywhere.
Hang on.
General demeanour? No, he's not cheeky. It's just likes to have a laugh. And as I say, when our moderator is
I'm just retarded.
when our moderator, as he said, when our moderator turned around trying to say that like 1,000 miles is close enough to an airport, like I say, sadly you literally joined at completely the wrong time. Oh, easier to type that. AD's stealing my nickname now. I know. Who the fuck was that? Who are you? That's Mario from the pub. He hates me.
I was gonna say, I could hear people, but couldn't see them.
Hello. Saves his identity. Like his name's not been mentioned like God knows how many times. Sorry, it's Mr. H. AD, you are so pedantic. What the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly. Mental, you donut. Yeah, you carry on, Mr. C. That's fine. AD's just been a pedantic twat. As usual. Yeah, actually our helicopters in Kettering parked up at a nice little thingy. Campsite. Up on top of Deeper Road. One's bright pink, scarily enough. Good afternoon, Mr. CH.
Hello.
Just say his fucking name, you bellend. Oh. Tara. 6 Elsie Place, Exeter, Devon.
You just said that on live.
Didn't say the full fucking name, though.
Well, you don't need to. Well, they could just put that, and it was just...
Nah, fuck it. Get up at the door from random people. Be quite funny. Oh. So loads of people are... And there is a... What? There's a plane... What? There is a plane too, same place. Oh, that little white one. I don't know how they got that in there. It's kind of weird. Maybe it aimed for Sywell, got within 50 miles and thought, fuck it, that'll do. Just left it in my name. It's like, yeah, that'll do. Fuck it, I can't be asked any further. You guys have literally hurt my brain today. I'm not even going to lie to you. How was your singing person's at work?
It was alright.
Oh. Hey, my brother Liam is trying to get more followers on his YouTube page. Please, can you open the link? Already have. It's already been done. I'm not a girl. Is it yellow? You need to learn to spell the word yellow, mate, because it's got a W on the end, but okay, bud. It looked white in the night time, but okay then. Stepped in dog. Wow. Stepped in dog shit. Looked down to wipe it, seen Mbappe. What the fuck? What are you guys doing to me tonight? Honestly.
Seems about right. Just see how we played today.
Tell Connor I sent a photo as proof.
Why is my other channel not coming up?
Which one?
The Urbex.
I don't know. There you go, I've told him. Anything else you want to pass on? That's funny. Stepped in dog shit, looked down to wipe it off. Oh my god. Brilliant. Wonderful. So, ladles and jelly spoons, boys and girls, we are live across the UK and the world right now. If you do want to smash the like button, hit subscribe, that'd be awesome. Tell Connor I said hi. Danny says hi.
Hello.
Hello. Any other messages for your co-presenter tonight, folks? Before you start going about bubbing 777s and A380s and 787s and stuff that just randomly been found in different places. Like the one that was supposed to go to Cardiff Airport but just decided to go to Snowdon instead. That's 100 miles different. It's yellow, he can show you. I don't really give a fuck what colour it is, to be fair, mate. All I know is the flipping, oh yeah, shoot you. I don't care, to be honest. All I know is just parked next to a pink fucking helicopter, which was just dodgy as fuck. But there we go. Yeah. Nothing abandoned tonight. No. The only thing that's abandoned are my brain cells. Like they've just walked off and gone somewhere else. Its wings flap. No, they don't. Stop chatting shit. They fold up for storage, but they don't actually flap. They have flaps on them for takeoff and landing, but that's about as far as it goes, mate. And if you honestly believe they do flap, then you're a bigger idiot than I thought you were. Any news on the HQ? Not at the moment, but I know this guy here is on the case, ladies and gents. Well, we both are, to be fair. I'm going to ring them tomorrow.
What?
The landowner, where the HQ is.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 4 hours when this thing goes in to have its flipping bullshit repair done, so yeah, it's all good. Come on, 26 minutes till Mackey's. Have you seen the video of a plane? Have you seen the video of a plane if it flew like a bird? Yes, I have seen it, but it's obviously not real, mate. Because apart from anything else, it would be the most uncomfortable flight in existence and would just be incredibly shit, to be fair. But yeah, I have seen it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's quite funny, but fuck me, sod being on that plane would be horrendous. Can you imagine like trying to eat food and like drink stuff with like a plane doing that shit? Fuck that. No, thank you. And just so you know, AD, that is very much AI generated as well. It's not actually real. Planes don't flap their wings when they take off. Or do they? I'm going to order you a seatbelt sign for your car. I don't fucking need one. I've got enough reminders for seatbelts as it is, thank you very much. One's on the actual dashboard and one's just a fucking annoying flashing light. So no, don't do that. Because it won't be getting installed. Because you'll use more battery. Thank you very much. How about you order one for your own car? There you go. I don't want to press the button. Thank you very much. Because no one wears their seatbelt anyway. What's up with the car? Officially nothing. But apparently it's got a recall. So it's got to go and have a recall stuff done. I've got a nice letter at home telling me that something needs replaced on the back end of it. Otherwise it might break and cause a car to do weird shit. Apparently you could lose control while driving. I'm like, I'll do that anyway. It's called road rage. There we go. Oh, so to the 73% of you that said yes, you would join the channel and subscribe. Please do. Because that'd be very nice of you. And I've noticed that at the moment you haven't, which is quite sad. Have you found it? I'm leaning on it, so I've got no idea what's inside it. 345. We're 5 away now, ladies and gentlemen. Swap camera on Connor. Why? He's busy doing something at the moment, so no. Lady wants to see you.
Hello.
Happy now? Cheeky fuck. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have been live for the last 2 hours on this conspiracy special. Thank you so much indeed to all of you that have got involved. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end the daily grind for a Wednesday. I was about to say Thursday then. This has been episode 9 of 10, of course. 10 episodes being the... I knew he would say it. Say what? Hello. Doesn't take much to fucking please you, does it? But yeah, it is episode 9 of 10 of this pilot series of the daily grind. So we'll be assessing whether or not we'll be carrying it on after the feedback we get from this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the daily grind for a Wednesday. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow night. Maybe from somewhere interesting, maybe from somewhere not. And yeah, we will see you again tomorrow. But for now, ladies and gents, this has been LindenTV. Where you miss it,
Miss out.
that's my G. See you later, guys.